crew, having reunited on the Bad Baby, welcomed Watt back into the fold. Tully, ever the persuasive one, coaxed Watt into joining the cause by tantalizing him with the promise of steaming noodles and the thrill of violence. After a brief conversation with Ludo, they resolved to track down the enigmatic droid mine that controlled the station's intricate network. As they approached the access point, Watt's fingers hesitated over the console. He attempted to hack into the network, only to encounter the inquisitive intelligence of the droid. It asked with mechanical curiosity if they had any sand, an odd question that echoed in the sterile chamber. Determined to find the answers they sought, the party trekked to the droid mine's chamber. When they arrived at the imposing door, once more Watt found himself communicating with the intelligence. The droid repeated its query about sand, and at Tully's urging, Watt lied, claiming they did indeed have it. Miraculously, the heavy doors creaked open, revealing the inner sanctum. Inside, they encountered a bizarre spectacle. The massive droid mine loomed at the center of the room, a towering column of technology engaged in a game of Dejaric with a small, quirky R2 unit. The sight sparked excitement in Tully, who eagerly challenged the victor of the game. While engaging with the droid mine, the party uncovered a surprising truth. Plizz's substantial wealth came from the station itself. The droid mine applied its logic and concluded that material's value was based on its rarity. Plizz had cunningly deceived the droid into believing that sand was the most precious resource on the station, exploiting its relative scarcity in the vastness of space. Armed with the credits gained from deceiving the droid mine, Plizz had bought up the station's entire debt and was manipulating this financial leverage as a means to exert control over the station's inhabitants. Watt received access to the station's system when the droid mine injected him with the Nepenthe-based codes. Tully gripped his mace tightly, anxiety creeping in as he worried that Watt might suffer harm from the droid mine's actions. However, it was Shug who ultimately took charge of the situation, successfully coaxing the droid mine to recognize that Plizz was violating the ownership contract linked to the debt. Aided by Tully's sharp insights, the droid mine, following its program logic, declared that only an Imperial officer could mediate such a dispute. Seizing the moment, Watt pulled from his previous exploits and crafted a plausible false ID using the ISB credentials he had uncovered. The atmosphere throbbed with anticipation as the party requested the droid mine to summon Plizz via the station-wide intercom, ensuring the entire station would bear witness to the impending confrontation. As the droid's mechanical voice resonated throughout the chamber, calling Plizz forward, the crew steeled themselves ready for the ultimate showdown with the ruthless Hutt crime.
No! Why?
That's awesome. That's the first thing I recorded.
Man.
Welcome to the Star Wars Hunters podcast. I am Al with Book of the Dead, and I'm bringing you here with the Forever DMs as we're bringing you another delightful episode of the Star Wars Hunters podcast.
Delightful? You're going to put us on that kind of a pedestal?
Actually,
I have to perform now.
I don't have to do a recap because I recorded a recap before this. So, anyways, we're going to start with Tisk. Tisk, being left aboard the Bad Baby.
Do you hear how much disdain he has for that name?
I hope it's coming. I really hope the hatred for that name is coming through in the audio. But with you being left behind with the Bad Baby, Watt going with the party after having a conversation with Ludo, you sat back checking the bounty boards on the Bad Baby as loud, which, you know, Tisk is used to loud explosions, loud noises, but the constant air hammers and riveting and noise from this small squad of droids stripping out the entertainment section or recreation section of the Bad Baby to put in a workshop and a storage department is grating on your nerves. So before something happens, tell me, what is Tisk doing?
So predominantly I'm looking to see if I can get communications out to the Bounty Hunters Guild to see if there's anything on Plizz or anything around this station in general, just what information is out there, if any, around the situation. Very suspect of the like bounty board communication stand that had been very clearly removed, and Plizz's comment about no bounties on this station kind of thing. So
what skill does Tisk come to bear doing researching this information?
Typing in a keyboard when searching words.
Tracking.
I mean, he. How many?
I love the idea that survival tracking is like fucking searching shit.
Tracking my claws as I like slowly type this out with like 3 giant claws that don't do keyboards good.
Funny.
I was about to say, how many words a minute is Tisk?
Oh, like 3.
And they're all swears.
One for each claw.
I was gonna say Eck was just with one finger though, not even both
I
hands.
couldn't bother with the rest of the claws.
He's out.
Just doing this.
There's a line behind you waiting.
I'm on the ship. Some droid
They're
comes
all
by and you're
speaking
like, do you need help? Like, are you okay?
Do you just want to dictate to me? I'll scribe for you. Like,
I guess this would be investigation. I don't really know what else to call it beyond that, so we'll go with that.
I'll give you this. Since you're familiar with the bounty and the bounty hunters, your background, give me advantage on the roll because you're familiar with the bounty boards.
Right on.
Ooh.
not that one.
One of these days I'll pick up proficiency in investigation. One of these days. The day. So with advantage, that's a 9.
Mega oof.
You don't find any bounties on a hut named Plizz, but you do find bounties mentioning someone, not a species, not a description, but someone that escaped Nar Shaddaa by the name of Plazzaro.
Francisco Plazzaro.
As long as it's not Alex.
Cicero.
I would, if I'm not like aware of Nar Shaddaa, I would probably like spend a few cycles just kind of looking into that. Do I have a time frame around that at all?
This is okay. Bill, Al gets to pull out his. I almost did it. Gets to pull out his nerd, his Star Wars nerd here for a second. Nar Shaddaa is Hatis for glorious jewel. It is the moon that surrounds Nal Hutta, which is the home of the Hutts, which is mostly a swamp planet, whereas Nar Shaddaa is mostly a metropolis planet such as Coruscant, but it's mostly a nightlife planet with clubs and like, you know, anything you could.
It's Coruscant, but with more crime, which is just wild to say because it's Coruscant.
Yeah, but the crime is legal. If you,
On Coruscant or on Nar Shaddaa?
not Nar Shaddaa. I mean, most of the crime is
Little
legal.
column A, little column B.
Yeah.
Slavery, spice trade, all that's legal on Nar Shaddaa. Nar Shaddaa is like the Vegas of the Star Wars
Yeah,
universe.
I'm getting Vegas vibes for sure.
Very, very much the Vegas of the Star Wars universe.
Okay. And is there an active bounty on this Plazzara, or is it just some information?
There is an active bounty on it that is more money returned alive to Nar Shaddaa than dead.
How much is the bounty for dead?
Dead is about 8,000 credits. Alive is 20.
Got it.
We.
Taking a detour, boys.
I don't think it's on a max at a time since this campaign started, so all of that is
I honestly
astronomical to me.
think Shug has convinced you guys to give him all the credits.
None of them, honestly.
Because had a decent chunk. They just immediately get turned around into explosives. So
I've for our last job, but
Watt is not aware of that.
So,
that's probably for the best.
Tisk, as you're taking the time to hold on, damn allergies. Tisk, as you're taking the time to investigate these bounty boards, the sound of the riveting and the whirling and the grinding that are going on within the bad baby as it's being worked on. Eventually, you hear the sound of almost an old school like intercom go off, and then a robotic voice, Plizz, please report to the droid mines chamber. Please report to the droid mines chamber.
About that same time is when you also got a call from Watt going, help.
I'm pretty sure that was the end of our last session, right? It was,
Yeah.
it was Watt with the one-liner.
Yep.
I begrudgingly like knock a bot out of the way, like shoving it over to get to guys where, you know, feel like it pulling grenades around. Somebody had moved stuff, so I get pissed off and I shove another bot and but just like gathering up my stuff, keep them away because they're making the mess of the ship. gather up my explosives, kit, and whatnot, and head out towards the droid mind.
All right, traveling through the station.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna do.
What's that?
I would like to. I would like to try and do this bit incognito, if possible. I realize, however, I'd see if Thule had an extra like cloak or something along those lines around.
Julie has his only cloak because he never wears it.
From his time on the
So you're pulling the anime protagonist where you put on the brown cloak and instantly nothing of your costume is visible.
Yeah, totally. So I will say I had already shed the bulky armor that I was wearing, realizing I wasn't really doing those other things. So like I kept a couple pieces just out of memorandum, but otherwise like it's like a shoulder piece and like a knee pad kind of thing, as opposed to wearing that big bulky armor. Yeah. But so I'm not in what was effectively stormtrooper armor anymore. I am in more normal-ish clothes, just still strapped with grenades.
Okay.
There will be no survivor.
The dread prior tisk.
Good night, what? Most likely kill you in the morning.
So I would like to head back up and try and find a place to hang out and see if Plizz or Plizz's people start moving towards the droid mind in some way, or like setting up in that direction. I don't want to go get stuck on the inside with everybody else. I want to be operating from the outside and then be able to catch them kind of like in between, since there's only one way to the droid mind.
Okay.
Love it. I love the pincer tactics.
All right. With that being said, you stepping out, the station is immediately full of life as this announcement blares off of the intercom. You even see Ludo looking around as you're walking out of the Bad Baby with his burned flesh. And you were present for that, the Kong droid fight. Yeah. So he's been sitting at a workbench rubbing salve and kind of relaxing as he looks at you as you exit the Bad Baby's airlock. I think your friends are about to kick the proverbial Minox nest.
So as I hoist the sniper rifle like up onto my shoulder under the cloak.
As you exit the Ludo shop and you're going down the hallway as you come to the atrium style, most of the people that have been stripping the station have stopped. Everyone is murmuring, everyone's looking at intercoms. People are looking where there used to be announcement boards that have been removed. Now they're kind of kicking themselves like shit. But what you do notice, Tisk, not even give me a stealth check. Do you want stealth or what do you want to use, stealth or disguise?
Stealth.
Okay.
Stealth.
Give me a stealth check.
Are you kidding me? Okay. I'm using my on that one for a reroll. That's refuse. That's better. 18.
Okay. With an 18, as you are mingling in with some of these people that are sitting there milling about, questioning, whispering, wondering what's going on, you see a large group coming from where people were lined up to see Plizz. Coming down that hallway, you see almost in military formation, you see 3 Grimorian guards walking. Behind them slithers Plizz with 7 of his guards flanking him.
7 besides the 3 Gamorreans?
Yep.
So?
Yes.
Fuck. Okay.
And they are parting the Dune Sea as people are just moving out of the way as they are he's slowly slithering and being followed by this group of henchmen towards the droid mine chambers. So as this group and you enter in to the marketplace area of the station, I'm going to switch to the other team. What are you guys doing?
Waiting excitedly, almost.
Yeah, so I see like Thule standing at that door, almost like bouncing back and forth like a bunny fight, and then on his shoulder is Watt bouncing back, getting ready to fight.
And I'm like shooing away out, go hide somewhere, but he won't go anywhere, and he's looking for a fight as well.
Love it.
Hey, look, I just want to point out, like, I know this is gonna devolve into fighting, like, cause it's us, but like, just make sure that they're the ones that start it, because the droid mind needs to understand that it's not us causing problems, it's Plizz causing the problems.
Oh, you already know that, right? Just say it to the droid mind.
Droid mind. The droid mind, the monitor that you guys have been looking at this entire time, looks down at you and kind of looks at what. His attitude seems to have changed a little bit from the non-interested entity that you guys saw before. I do not, sorry, this is mostly me and my fucking allergies. I cannot pass judgment until a discussion is had between the two parties, and the third party, the Imperial agent, weighs in.
Hi.
Right. You are an Imperial agent, what?
Whatness.
Jeez, God help us.
About that time, a click comes back through on the comms to you all as I've like ducked back behind a bulkhead as they're moving on. Please, 3 Gamorreans, 7 more guards headed your way.
It's a party.
Then there's like a pause for a minute. Try not to kill Plizz. And then that's it.
Oh? Aw, you didn't say anything.
Just not dead. If
Taking the mic as I'm like saying. One thing I would like to do, Bill, because I now have access to all of these consoles, I would like to have the ability to share this conversation and the goings on in the room with the entire station, if I deem it.
Okay.
Love it. Great idea.
We've turned this into a reality TV show.
Yeah. Do you need a roll for that, or do my all access pass to the cover it?
You should be fine for right now. Give me a tech check though, just to make sure you route it completely, because mostly these are for if you fail, I do something funny.
You got it. And because I'm sitting down at a console, taking my time, I'm gonna give myself guidance. 16. 16. Okay, with the 16, you are able to patch it in, and just because it was a simple task and a little bit on the high side, you've got the wire connected to your pop lad, so it's a simple on and off. Nice.
Just for reference sake, Thule being kind of talked down by Shug and Tisk about not salting the slug, but just hurting it, wants to go back over the conversation that he had with Shug and the Brainbot, or what were the protocols that the droid mind was making its decision based on of the whole station, right, or something along those lines? It was all trades were to benefit the station as a whole.
All trades were who help foster the economy of the station, because the droid mind, from what he said, was put in place to keep corruption down.
So that Thule will kind of lean over to Shug, so that is the counter argument we have to make. I'm sure Plizz will have some way of spinning that this trade did foster an economy. It just put him at the top of it.
Who is this guy again?
Big slug. He's the one who wants to kill the.
Oh, fuck that guy.
Right. We'll get to that part.
Is like miming licking the vice from his arm like the Predator.
He flips out just to make sure it's still there and flips it back in, and then puts his hand back on his hammer, just making sure all his arsenal is prepared as well.
All right, so as everybody's getting ready, I'm also fixing something real quick in Foundry, because it looks like 2 of you can't see shit, but I'm fixing that, which is very strange.
I'm like, oh shit, is it me?
Yeah, you're one of them.
I'm this as well.
Well, no, this is on another board that's very fucked up and weird, but okay, I'm fixing it. Okay, this should be fine.
I have an innate trauma response to hit reload as soon as you say something's fucked up on Foundry, so I'm reloading right now.
I'm pausing. So, as I hit music, bring in the ambiance. Tisk, following this group, parting the swamp of people that seem to be traveling towards the droid mind's chambers to find out what's going on. You see,
what's going on? All right.
You guys eventually see, coming down the single corridor, a wall of just flesh and pig and henchmen and laser cannons, and in the middle of all of it, a big fat slug.
I thought he was skinny.
Well,
I mean, he still
I
is.
hunt, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
Jabba, he is not. The twins from Mandalorian or the Book of Boba Fett, he is not.
I follow.
For a Hutt, he is thin. He's still fat.
Gotcha.
So, as eventually, it takes about 20-30 minutes from the initial call to them showing up as they enter into the chamber proper. Plizz immediately eyeing all of you as he walks in.
I wave.
Hello again. But I say it in Huttese because he told me not to speak in Huttese in front of him.
Let's
Patty.
stir that pot, buddy.
Patty.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, that's
Petty
true.
mayonnaise.
You see a weird expression on his face as he's looking towards the droid mine and he's seeing all of you surrounding it. Why you called me here?
I interrupt him as he's talking, and I climb up on one of the consoles. We are gathered here to mediate a dispute between the droid mind of... I look at the team. Where are we?
Omega Station.
Of Omega Station and the Hutt.
Plizz.
Pith.
Plizz.
Please? The Hutt, please.
Yeah, close enough.
The whole time this is
Thank
going
you
on,
for gathering here together.
you see the monitor that's acting like the face for this droid mine has just turned and looked at Watt.
It has come to our understanding that there is a discrepancy in the economic balance of this station. How am I doing?
The monitor comes back up.
Great, buddy. Keep it up.
There, as the droid mine's monitor comes back up, Plizz, there has been a call of no confidence in your ability to govern the debt of this station and your motive behind purchasing debt of this station. Before the proceedings can take place, now that an Imperial representative is present, everyone involved in the proceedings needs to step into the chamber so the chamber can be sealed.
Hell yes. Please put us in a confined space.
Your Honor, and I speak to the droid mind. Your Honor, I am still waiting for one of my associates. And Tisk, you just hear on the comms.
So, with that being said, you see Plizz and his bodyguard retinue, or is that the word I'm thinking about?
That is correct.
Retinue works.
Yeah, retinue. Steps in a little further into the station, or into the chamber. Tisk, I'm going to say you're close enough where you are, since you said you were following them, right?
Yeah.
You're close enough to hear this as a crowd is kind of gathered out front.
Okay.
Oh, there was a reason I was shouting. Watt didn't know of that reason. But Gabriel.
All right. So I would like to continue. I'll start pushing my way kind of through the crowd, but I'm not making a big deal out of it. I would like to try something because I'm assuming Plizz and all of them are up at the front.
They're
around all
just
of this,
within.
Right?
They're just within the doorway.
Okay, but their whole group is there, right?
Mhm.
Are they all facing in towards the droid as I'm coming up?
Yeah.
Or
They're
perfect. So as I'm coming up, I would like to make a stealth check here, and I would like to look for one of the guards. I don't really care which one, but any of them that have a cloak, a pack, something with a large pocket of some sort on it.
Okay. I think you're gonna do what you think you're gonna do.
I do too.
I have a stun grenade connected to my remote detonator, and I would like to pocket this on one of the guards as I walk past.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Bourne.
All right. Okay. What? You know what? I'm gonna give you the most advantage I can without just giving you advantage. You get to choose what skill. What skill are you gonna bring to bear?
So I'm gonna make this a stealth check.
Okay.
And I am going to use one of my superiority moves to conceal.
Oh. Okay.
So I will get to add a D4 to my stealth check as well.
So what we're gonna have is if melee breaks out, we're gonna have the rock under the cup situation where Tisk is gonna be keeping track of which person he put the stun grenade through the whole melee.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. Small aside while he's rolling that, Tully, don't forget your hammer is...
Your hammer is your penis.
Oh, I had forgotten. My hammer is...
Come on.
It's sheathed.
Dr.
down my
Horrible.
leg.
Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog? The hammer is my penis.
all the time.
Why is it? What are we doing? It's,
Okay.
Thule is definitely Dr. Horrible, and I will hand someone the keys to a shiny new Australia.
Okay.
Or
So, am I making this a straight roll plus my modifier? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. Yes.
You had mentioned. Okay. Cool.
Yes. Whatever skill you want to use.
Hell yes, that is a 27.
Is that? Okay. So
19 on the die, plus 6 for stealth, plus 2 on my superiority die.
all right, very, very much a John Wick, Jason Bourne. Insert your action hero moment here. You're walking into this room and you hold the scarf. Somehow you got a scarf up over your snout, just enough to where you drop a stun grenade into one of the, and I am gonna mark which one.
Could I be seeing this on screen currently? I still just see the station. If there's
Yeah, it's just the station. Just the station right now. Okay, so, and you step in to the room with a 27. They don't even notice you behind them yet.
As soon as it is placed, like safely and securely, and I know that they have not noticed me, I will then like drop my cowl and shoulder my way through them.
All right, so you shoulder your way through. Oh, crap. I might have to drop something. I'm gonna do that. All right, I'm gonna have to do something real quick. It's gonna be quick and dirty, guys.
Just like that bad baby.
Flex does that to me too.
Why?
Well, you see,
you guys-
it's actually a physical poop chute that forms up the back.
You know,
Yeah,
poop.
Did you guys really name the ship Bad Baby?
No, and
That
there's
is one of the
there's
transponder
multiple
codes.
teams.
Yep.
that's just one. Ask him what the other one is, Gabe.
Is now in the running, but what's the next one?
So we do have another one, and it's a solid one. I actually had Gabe in mind when I looked it up. Was Rose to Kosin.
No, that's not the
Yes.
one you said. That's not the one you said.
We jokingly talked about another one, but the Rose to Kosin was what we were seriously considering.
Was the other one that
I forget
we
what
had talked about?
we were kidding around about something. I
That-
don't even think I wrote it down.
You
The
guys,
two
you,
written down are Bad Baby and Rose to Kosin.
you
Yeah,
said
I don't remember a second one.
Dutch rudder.
Okay,
No, that was the title of the episode. That was supposed to be the title of the episode.
because I'm blanking. Rose to Kosin, help me out here.
Kosins were the ironclad Japanese warships of the Nobunaga period.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And
I
we
kept
wanted
getting-
something like rose or some flower-based thing to go along with that. So
Rose came from me bringing up the Rosinante from
Yeah, The Expanse.
from the Expanse, and then that turned into Rose as like a homage to it, and then Sean came up with to Kosin.
I love that.
Um,
Sorry, my brain is not in Japan right now.
The Expanse is one of those TV shows that I like the idea of, and I really want to get into it. I really want to watch it. But for some reason, it's that one and that one that you told me about, Gabe, that you keep saying I need to watch, the cyberpunk one where they are sleeves, and when they die.
Altered Carbon? Dude, you haven't watched Altered Carbon?
No.
That's one of my favorite fucking sci-fi series
I
I've
have
ever seen.
started it
Sick.
4 times.
Amazing.
I have started it
Oh
4
my God.
times, and I haven't been.
I watched the
it's so
first.
good.
I watched the first season and loved it. I haven't ever gone and watched the second season. I just never have done it.
It's worth a watch. The first season is my favorite, though.
The first season-
Really, like the season finale of the first season is probably one of my favorite season finales I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with
Okay, with
So the moral of the story is grow up, Bill. Go watch it.
that. Fill up more free time, Bill.
wow. Okay, Mr. Pot.
Listen.
Mr. I wrote a
Women pot,
book in
women
2
pot.
months.
This is-
Mr. I wrote a book in 2 months.
Well, the reason he wrote it in 2 months was because he spent all of his free time before those 2 months not writing.
Altered Carbon.
This property.
Which, to be fair, I think is great inspiration for kind of the time period you're writing for,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, a
It's
solid thing to have
research.
in the background. Absolutely.
All right. I fixed what the issue was. So with Tisk, you walking forward, you taking the cowl off, you kind of parting these henchmen coming through. Plizz looking at you, very confused. What, Thule, Shug, you guys see your Trandoshian friend come walking in.
Man, I just want to go watch Altered Carbon now.
Jesus Christ.
want to be an Edgar Allan Poe hotel clerk.
No,
really.
from what I did see, I absolutely love the hotel clerk.
Oppose.
Poe is the
I
shit.
recreated Poe in an Infinity RPG that I'm playing in.
Hell yeah.
God, that sounds amazing. Thule sees Tisk and just smirks, says nothing, remains silent.
So the monitor looks at Tisk and then looks at Watt.
He's with us.
We may proceed.
I've kind of just like pushed everybody else out of the way, and then I get up to the Gamorreans, and there's just a clawed hand that just like taps one of them on the shoulder, and there's a snarl, just waiting for one of them to finally move its ass out of the way.
I love that it's like, move, excuse me.
Like a begrudging respect to the Grimorians.
Mostly just the grounds that like they probably actively fill the entire space that I need to get through.
Yeah.
And I physically cannot push past them.
This doesn't have anything to do with respect, okay?
Yeah, absolutely nothing to do with respect. More along the lines of get the fuck out of my way.
As soon as
remind everybody that Trandoshans are like supremely racist.
as Tisk's foot hits the first step going up to the dais of where this droid mind is seated in this giant column, you guys hear the exhaltation of pressurized air as the door that Watt opened shuts, and you hear and you guys are sealed in this chamber. You immediately see kind of an angered panic in Plizz's face as he turns and looks at the door behind him and then looks at his men. What is the meaning of this? What are these proceedings?
No. I'm Watt.
The monitor turns to Watt. I appreciate your presence, but you are here to pass judgment if there is no judgment reached. And it turns back. There has been a complaint filed on your contract of ownership, Plizz, on the debt that you purchased from the station. It was stated that you bought it with ill intent, as I freeze on what I was about to say. You bought it with ill intent, and you misrepresented the value of the goods that you took credit out on.
I am recording all of this.
Okay. Will
Are the speakers active currently, Gabe, or have you not yet yet hit the button?
He has not stated that he hit the button yet.
Nope, no buttons, just recordings.
Gotcha.
Would the accuser like to speak up and speak? Step up and speak.
I think that's you.
Sorry, am I the accuser?
Yes, sir.
You're the prosecuting attorney.
Oh, fuck, okay. Dear Lord.
Let's go, con man.
I don't know why. That was just role played perfectly.
Do you need a recap of everything that we discussed?
Like Shug is like sitting there, and like the computer's like, would the accusee like to speak? And Shug is just like, oh, that's me. Sorry. This is being televised. Is that accurate?
No.
No. Is it, you're not broadcasting this? I thought you were.
Not yet.
Recording, but has not yet hit the button.
Oh, I see. Okay, you're recording it. Got it. All right. So, I hop on my droid and I, like, raise myself up above everybody. Yeah, exactly. And I'm using its like vocal like mod to amplify my voice, so it like kind of like fills the room. I'm not like blaring or anything, just so that it's like like a microphone, basically.
All right, teeny Palpatine.
Yes. Call me Mini Sheev.
That is a deep cut nerd reference there.
For those of you out there that do not know, Sheev Palpatine was the original name of Emperor Palpatine.
All right, so this man, this hut, I almost said slug.
Yep.
Has taken advantage of the droid mind using false logic. It has taken control of this station and taken control of the people's debts through the exchange of what he deems the most valuable substance on the station, which is sand.
You see Plizz's eye twitch when you say that.
I'm so sorry, I'm struggling for words.
That was me a few seconds ago.
We've already provided proof of what happened after Plizz acquired the debts of the station. It would be a different story entirely if Omega Station was thriving, if there was increased commerce and free travel and trade. That is not the case. In fact, from what we can tell, on the short time we have been on the station, there is not a single person here that is happy with the rulership that Plizz has provided. People are starving. Even the people that he seems to employ seem unhappy under his finger.
Is the guard that escorted us in the group,
Oh, good question.
or escorted you guys?
Let's see. I'm gonna roll for it. No, he is not.
Maybe for the best.
And so we are here to appeal to the droid mind to reverse this decision.
When you say his guards aren't even happy with him, he starts looking at his guards, and all of them are kind of looking at each other, pointing their fingers like, "Not me, sir. No, not me."
Immediate like Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Just all of them like.
That's all I said. So yeah. We are gathered here today, beloved.
Corruption.
The bear witness to
Dear
the salty.
corrupt. Plizz steps up, addressing the droid mind. This is ludicrous. We had a lovely talk. You're my friend, right? I told you about things outside the station that you're trapped in here. You don't know. And so what? I told you there was going to be some changes made upon the station once I purchased the debt. That all of these...
Would you please state for the record the currency that you used to purchase the debts of the station?
The monitor looks at you again. Imperial representative, I'm to remind you that your moment has not come up yet. And it turns and looks at Plizz and says, yes, would you please state the currency that you used to purchase the debt? And Plizz looks, I did not lie to you. This substance, this sand, is very rare on your station, and as you said, rarity creates value, right? That's merely what I stated to you when we made this deal. We made this arrangement. I purchased the debt from you to make sure that your economy thrived without you having to monitor everything. And so there's some people that are complaining because there's people out in your station that have not had to work a day in their life. And now they have to. It's a fair economy now.
Shook goes, that's the argument you're going with?
He looks at you with just teeth bared in anger. You let these outsiders come in. Everything's been working fine for months now since the Empire has left. You let these outsiders come in and fool you into thinking that what I gave you was a raw deal.
Hey, you, Gamorrean, do you speak common?
He looks, I cannot do the Grimorian noise. You can.
Was that a no? He doesn't speak common?
He shakes his head.
All right, how about you? And I point to one of the other
That
guards.
guy's playing Galaga.
Thought we wouldn't notice.
How do you feel if I how would you feel if I paid you with sand? You happy with that?
One of the Tradosians that you point at, because several of these thugs, there are a couple of there are 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 3 Tradosians, 1 human, and a couple other races in there. One of the Tradosians looks and I would not like that.
Yeah. How about you? Pay you with sand? No.
What do
you get paid with?
He looks at Plizz, and Plizz looks at him very angrily. Hold on.
All right, where's the intimidation check?
That's what just happened. The guard looks and is like, yeah, sand's fine.
Oh yeah, you'd be happy with sand. Okay, what would you use it for? Where would you exchange it?
He looks at Plizz very confused. That doesn't matter. The wealth of the item in question is...
You had your turn, now it's my turn. You don't talk over me.
I
have my voice amplified, so I can turn it up too.
Right after you say you don't talk over me, I start broadcasting.
Okay.
Okay. So what do you get paid with? How does he pay you?
He looks at Plizz.
Don't look at him. Look at me. Just a simple question. How does he pay you?
He's promised us Hut Platinum.
Okay, a currency. And that currency exists because people have agreed that it holds value. Does sand hold value? I look over, wait, Jacob, where are you standing? Where is Tisk standing?
Tisk would have Tisk is specifically staying within 30 feet of his grenade, but otherwise has kind of just taken up a post, probably close to Thule.
I have a feeling I know where this is going, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Only if he starts it.
Combat map for those of you on
yeah. So I'll have taken a kind of a position up here relatively close.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a moment right now to move your character. You should all be able to move your characters to where they would have been at the beginning of this.
So the thing in the middle, this is the droid brain, right?
Yep, droid brain is in the center. His little R2 unit buddies off to the side.
For some reason, my droid and me are like linked, and I can't move them separately. But
Bill, which one do I have tagged?
I'm trying to see what I want you to. Yeah, I'll let you keep track of. I'm only gonna point it at you this one time.
Okay.
And then during combat, you're gonna keep track of that.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna continue if that's okay.
Yeah. I just wanted you guys to move yourselves into position of where you wanted to be.
So I say currency exists because people agree that it holds value, and are able to exchange it. Take a poll. I look at the droid mind. Take a poll of the people on the station. Ask them who'd be willing to exchange sand for food or sand for something else. Their work. I think you'll find the lie.
The droid bane.
I'm sorry, my dog is begging to go outside.
That's fine. The droid bane looks back and says, "Both sides have had their case in." Oh wait, no, wrong voice. Droid mind does not sound like Plizz. Both. Yeah, DM problem. It's like raise your hand if you've had done that.
Yep.
Both parties have had a chance to state their case, both the accused and the accuser. The argument in question is that the item that is brought to me and value was grossly overestimated. That value was used to borrow money from the droid mine, from the station's economy, to purchase the debt that was currently held within the droid mind. What he did with that debt afterwards is up to his own purview because he owned the debt at the time. The argument is the validity and the nature and the value of the item in question. It is true that upon the station, there is no sand. However, the argument is that outside the station, sand is common and plentiful. So I ask now for the Imperial agent to step in and make a ruling beyond the droid mind's capability of the value of the sand. What is the value of the sand in your opinion?
Watt has a wig. You don't know where it came from. But big curly white powdered wig on Watt currently. And to clarify, the hut known as Plizz brought a vial of sand and used it to borrow against the local economy, and in turn used that currency to purchase the debts. Yes?
The monitor, this is correct.
How does the accused not plead? That's the wrong one. I'll look at the hut.
How do you plead?
No. I'll look at the hut. Do you have any evidence to present to me to plead your case?
His eyes just narrow. This game was fun up until now.
Very well. I shall pass my judgment. Droid mind of the station, you have been sold false goods, and you have been conned by this individual who has destroyed your station, destroyed your economy, and has threatened the noodle stand.
Fucking get him.
Plizz looks all this is about a noodle stand?
Don't fuck with the noodle stand. I would like to roll an intimidation.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's do it.
I hope it's
+0.
I hope it's only nat 20 of the night.
Nope.
That's a natural 5.
I kind of liked that it was like I wanted this to be a bad roll.
The monitor looks, and no emotion, of course, from a TV screen as it looks forward. If the value of the item borrowed upon the credit that was used to purchase the debt was worthless, then the money the credit it brought out was worthless again. So the contract is null and void, and the ownership of the debt reverts back to the droid mind.
Is there like a cheer that erupts through the entire station?
You just hear one.
Because they're hearing all of this.
There was much rejoicing.
Yay! Luckily you were able to do the recording over. You have a feeling with digging around inside this terminal, this room is soundproofed. So
yeah, that's why I had the broadcast.
Yeah, so it's going out, but you guys don't hear any rejoicing.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
or
we
violence.
hear Ewoks getting slaughtered outside the door.
Dawas are being used as weapons out there.
Oh man, don't slaughter the Ewoks.
You wanna hear something heartbreaking? Is you need to go on Wikipedia and look at the Ewok Holocaust. and it
I don't want it.
it talks. I will talk about it during the break, and just let our audience look it up. So
Would be Hollywocost. Holly. We'll spell that out.
no. All it was where the Death Star exploded so close to Endor, and the pieces fell on the planet. The damage it would have done.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was.
I just wanted to know how.
Yeah. Okay. So, as this is going on, immediately you hear from a data pad on Plizz's belt a beep and a number of beeps just trilling down as you see at the same time, matching the tempo, a list of names piling in on the monitor of the droid mind as a visual representation of the debt being downloaded and transferred back to the droid mind.
Oh, I thought it was the chat stream. I thought everyone was joining the.
You've been raided.
So
Which is really big.
I'm very curious if the droid mind notices the discrepancies in interest rates and things like that, or if there's any indication thereof.
Well, right now it seems to be receiving the data and looking it over. As Plizz looks at his data, he pulls his data sheet out and he watches in horror as all of this information, and this is the same data pad that the Bith was holding earlier, that Tisk you saw. He watches in horror as all of this is downloaded, and he just grabs it with both hands, and you just hear a crack as it splits in two.
That's a real shame. Do you see that, boys? Your boss doesn't have the money to pay you anymore.
He looks at all his men. That doesn't mean anything. You'll still get the HUD platinum. We just have to do it the hard way. I want that droid mind dead.
The hard
Corrupted by the Huts.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Yeah.
When he stopped speaking Huttese, I definitely assumed that. 100% Thule assumed
That's
that.
fair. I say the hard way. You say, Thule, did you hear that? The hard. Do you want to show them the hard what they're getting into?
And with that being said, we are going to. What time is it? Yep, we are going to. Hold on. As I put everything on this board onto the sheet, I need. Oh, that's gonna be a lot of people. I need initiatives rolled.
Your intimidation check beforehand.
You guys are gonna see a lot of dice.
Oh, garbage.
Yeah, I was hoping that that was actually taken to heart by some of these guys too.
Yeah.
Not bad. I can work with that.
I rolled a 4. Gosh darn it.
Oh shit! That wasn't my die. I nat 20'd. How fucking perfect is that?
Oh my god! You can grab the dice.
Wait, what?
You can grab the dice. Look,
Can you?
I don't know. I just.
No, I got it. I got your die.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
You click and hold, you can then.
I never
throw it
noticed that.
around.
Okay, so let's handle
Nice.
your Tisk. You're at a 24.
Yeah.
What are you at?
I don't know. Shit. Looks
We're
like a
at
7. Sounds
Seven.
good.
Okay, Thule.
Thule's in at a 4.
Okay, Shug. What are you?
17.
17. Okay, so we're gonna put Shug in real quick, and Shug, your droid is going to go when you go.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna move your droid up to where?
I go.
There. All right, and when is
Alexander has to go with me.
okay? Is it going? But does it have to go before you or after you?
It technically shares my initiative.
Okay, so I'm putting it after you. Okay. Wow, Thule, I'm sorry, buddy.
No, it allows Thule to be the brick wall that he wants to be if he's at least blocking the stairwell of anybody
Hey,
who
you
wants
know
to
what?
get to the droid mine.
I get to do something I feel like I haven't done in forever. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, now I hear it. There it is.
So we go into the Hunter's combat theme as we start off this combat, and it begins. So it begins. Tisk, top of the round.
So literally standing at the top of the stairs as his been leaning on while this whole conversation is going on, as he's just scanning back and forth across all of them. And the moment weapons get raised, so I guess, well, I'll say this: are weapons raised by these guards?
Oh yeah,
Are
they're
people, they are going all in to actually make this fight happen.
yeah, they're taking the initiative.
Okay, seeing them pull weapons up, there is just the biggest all teeth smile across this Trandoshan face, and my hand just comes up from behind the detonator, and I plunge the trigger. So I need everyone within 10 feet of that one to make a DC 14 Constitution.
Okay, so let's see.
Is this one?
So
Nice.
measure.
Grouped up than what they are right now. So
Yeah, no, absolutely good call.
That's 10 feet. That's 10. That's technically 10.3. But yeah, you're gonna get him, of course, because he's dead center. 2 of the guards and Plizz.
how does it not get this guy?
Yeah, he gets him.
He's 2 squares away.
Yeah, he gets him.
So 3 of the guards. 3 of the guards.
Yeah, I said.
Oh, sorry. You said two guards besides the guy.
Yeah, I
All
said
right,
it's
okay.
definitely gonna get
Apologies.
him because it's going
Yeah,
going
my
off
bad.
in his pocket. And
Yeah, Plizz and 3 guards. That was what I was hoping for. So DC 14, DC 14.
Okay, so con saves. That's gonna be 1 pass, 1 fail. That's another failure, and Plizz passes with 28.
Yeah. Okay. So the 2 that failed are stunned until the end of their next turn, and they are unconscious for the next minute unless they take damage or someone uses an action to like shake or slap them awake.
Okay, so and if you passed it, nothing happened.
If passed, nothing happens. There's no damage involved.
Okay, this is the funniest part out of all of this. The one that the grenade was on passed.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
I wonder if
Yeah,
it's
it's
his fault.
That's really funny, actually. Yeah, so there is just this. I don't even know what a stun grenade like looks like. I guess I'm imagining kind of like setting the rifle to energy.
In Firefly,
like in the area.
in the Serenity movie where Simon Tam slammed the staff down to save his sister, the goosh that came off.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, so immediately the 2 that are away from this one where the center of the explosion are knocked unconscious and boom, hit the ground. You see ripples of just a static electricity symbolizing the stunning, but they're out cold. You see both the one that the grenade, his pocket's blown open as it exploded on his combat vest. You see Plizz just turn back in shock and anger at this is going on. What else are you doing, Tisk?
So that's my action. For my bonus action, I'm gonna station grenade right here.
Okay. What's the range on the?
So that's another 10-foot radius from this point. Where I want that? Oh, hold on. Here, 1 up from there. Sorry. I should be. It should be just enough to hit like the 2 Gamorreans and the next guard back. So
Stop.
that's what I was aiming for. I thought I would get that
For some reason it's not. There we go. So you wanted to go here?
right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And that'll be a DC 14 dexterity saving throw from those 3.
All right. Do both Grenorians first. Both of them fail.
Beautiful. Did anybody roll a 1 by chance?
No.
Okay. One of these days, somebody's gonna roll a 1. That's gonna be beautiful.
I think that's already happened once, didn't it?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet on a grenade. What about the 3rd guy?
Third guy, the Trandoshan. I think maybe that's a 13.
Just fails.
Okay.
14.
All of them
All
failed.
of them. Nice. 14 points of to all 3 of them.
And
Fuck it.
immediately.
Starting this off right.
Yep. Immediately the Trandoshan is down. With that being said, it is now 7:56. We're gonna take our break and we'll be back here in just a couple of seconds.
Yeah.
And and we are back.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
But we're still PG-13 because that was our only F-bomb for the night so far.
No, we're not. We can cuss all we
No,
want.
I've said
Surely
like
not.
4
I don't think it was. I don't think it was recording. I don't think it was recording yet, and I'm fairly certain I've said that at least one other time before the break.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
Exactly. Why?
There we go.
Fucking what?
Fucking what?
Fuck it, we ball.
That's right. Whose turn is it? Let's fucking do this.
All right. So
Your
It's
turn.
gone.
you're gonna have a few bad guys until there's somebody. So this ruffian is gonna take a run to the side, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 to here, and he's gonna level a heavy blaster on Thule.
He's a
Oh wait. Did I miss that one? Oh, yeah, you're right.
yeah.
You're right. That,
It's
okay.
that drunken style boxing, like fighting,
10, 15, 20.
You sway on his feet a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, so this one's gonna move to right here, and he will level a blaster on Thule. He's the one that he's basically running bare-assed because he blew off half his pants with a stun grenade.
Absolutely.
As he levels,
His reaction. Like, what? What did he do? That went off.
He just looked very confused looking down. The fact that he didn't get stunned was hilarious. But yeah, he looking down, seeing very much, what did I do? How did I do this? Was this my fault? Moment. He is going to, let's see. Nope, he's just got one. He's going to level his heavy pistol, and that is going to be a 17 to hit. And that's going to be 9 points of energy damage. Damage. All right, this Grimorian guard that has been rocked by a frag grenade steps forward 1 space and swings. Swing bada bada as he swings a vibro axe.
As I bring my shield up, that is a AC 18.
AC 18. All right.
That's about to be Tisk's vibro axe.
That is 18 on the die plus 6 for a 24 to hit.
Motherfucker.
You motherfucker. And that
This
is
motherfucker.
that is going to be 9 on the die plus 6 or 15 points of damage.
Oh, man. All right. I will use my reaction for my regenerative feature as that comes in. Let's see. Spend a hit die to regain hit points as long as damage does not reduce your hit points to 0. Yeah. So 15 minus a d10.
10.
Ooh,
Minus 10. Hell yeah. I will take a total of 5 points of damage on that.
Fuck your damage.
Fuck your damage. Fuck your couch.
Oh, there's more F-bombs, boys.
I mark it as mature. We're fine. Darkness. The darkness is spreading.
just wait till it's Sully's turn. He's gonna ask what the 5 figure said.
Oh, we're going to be quoting Dave Chappelle. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And he's going to step up 30. And this guy is going to level his heavy blaster at Shug, shooting over Tisk. That's going to be a 19 to hit. Oh, wait, nope, 17 to hit.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Okay.
Oh, no, you dead. 3 points of energy damage.
All right.
Bare minimum. Okay, the astromech is going to start R2 screeching. Wow! As it runs 5, 10, 15, 20.
Sounded like a cat.
25, 30. And then it's going to dash 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As it's trying to get out of the way.
As he runs by, there's this moment where the camera's on Watt, and Watt just goes, coward.
Chuck, is now your turn. Well, your droid's turn first.
I love Watts.
So we have the same-
against droids.
We have the same initiative, but it's fine. Okay, so give me 1 second here. I'm gonna use my Ranger's Quarry with my droid. I can't move my droid for some reason.
This problem again?
Well, it shows that it's Tisk's turn on my map. Is that anybody else, or is that just me?
Oh, wait.
No, I don't think initiative's been advanced.
Oops.
Okay, thank you.
That's how long it's been since we've had combat.
Oops, all berries.
So he's gonna go here, and he's gonna mark this Gamorrean with his Ranger's Quarry, which means I deal an extra D4 damage, and then I'm gonna shock prod him.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, that's a nat 20 with my fucking shock prod. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so I get 1d4 plus a d4 from the Ranger's Quarry, which means I roll 4d4.
Right, me.
44.
4d4. Okay, here we go. First 2 1s, and then not great. I rolled 3 1s and a 3, so 6 points of damage.
Reminder on crits. The original dice are maximum, and then you roll the additional with how
I apologize.
Brutal criticals.
Yeah.
Okay. Then in that case, it would be 8 plus the original 2 1s, so 10 points of lightning damage.
There you go.
Okay, that's the as the astromech is running away, Shug is like, whoa, where are you going? And I pull up my wrist pad and I type in a thing, and I type in a command. I'm like, come help us, and I'm using the execute command tech power. And so the droid he's within 60 feet of me, so he's in range. He has to make an intelligence saving throw or follow my command on his next turn.
And this is the astromech.
This is the astromech, yes.
That's an 8 on the die plus 6 for 14.
Okay, let me check my thing. I think that's a failure. What the hell is my tech casting?
It's your int stat.
Yeah, it's 8 plus proficiency plus int. Okay, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so 15 was the save. So he failed. So I told him to come help us, like, and he can interpret that in whatever way it's going to interpret it.
Okay. I was trying to find charmed, but okay.
Effectively the command spell, but for droids, right?
Yeah.
It's
Correct,
sounds
yes.
Like, yeah.
Yes, that's exactly it. Okay, and then as a bonus action, I'm gonna cast. No, I can't because I already cast a leveled spell. Damn it! I think that's all I can do on my turn.
Okay, and that's all right. Ruffian is dead, and then next one. All right, this one is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and he's going to level his heavy blaster, and that is going to miss and go wide as his blaster bolt flies past this Grimoire. This Grimoire guard is going to run towards Tisk, and he is going to take a reckless attack,
Oh boy.
and that is going to be a crit.
Oh fuck!
And time to confirm the crit because it's a vibro weapon.
Oh fuck! Is that a thing?
Crit was
That's
crit.
like limbs.
Yep, crit was not confirmed. So that's going to be a max
Good. I didn't lose a toe.
max 10 plus an 8. So that's 18 right now. Plus 6 for 24 points of damage.
Jesus.
How much you got left, Tuli?
It's fun.
I am single digits.
Oh, sorry, wrong person. My apologies.
Yeah,
How much you
just
got?
Two is doing just fine. Tisk kicked the hornet's nest.
Okay, we got you, boo.
I'm putting a mark on him, Tis, so you know that since he did reckless, it's going to be advantaged on hitting him.
Yep.
Okay, and Plizz's turn as, let's see, okay, he will look at Shug and point at Shug in a very gravelly voice. Oh god, why am I freezing on names? What is your race again?
Anzelin.
Zelen. God, why was I freezing? It was on the tip of my tongue. Zelen, you're mine! And he is going to use an action, Overwhelming Presence. I need a, I need a charisma saving throw.
From me?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. That's easy. Hang on.
It's easy. Be careful. That's how that
Right.
works out.
Okay, that's not great. It's an 11 on the die plus 4, so 15.
Okay, I like the way they did this. There's no DC. It's a contested charisma roll. You barely beat him,
Okay.
but you barely beat him, which I like that. That's kind of neat. But yes, that was his action.
So wait, what was he? Are you gonna tell us what was gonna happen or no?
No, you don't know.
Okay.
Spoilers.
And let's see, multi-attack. So he can only do one of those, and he will move. Fine, and he'll move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as he moves towards Thule, slithering as you would. As he's coming, you see him like flexing his muscles.
Ew.
Doing the
Yeah, he's cocking them. He's cocking the guns, getting them ready. All right, this Grimoire is going to run forward past Plizz to Thule, and he is going to make a reckless attack.
yes.
And that is going to be an 18 plus 6 for a 24.
It hits a little.
And that is going to be 12 points of damage. All right, this ruffian is going to step back, and he is going to step to right here, and he's going to take aim at Shug with his heavy pistol, and that is a 17 to hit.
God damn. If it was literally any lower, I could shield it, but I can't shield a 17.
7 points of damage.
Okay.
Hey, Watt,
Hi.
it is your turn.
Sweet. Starting with Watt, very first thing that's gonna happen is he's fumbling in his pop lad, and there's something launches out of it. And he goes, oh! It startles him. Tisk, you get shot in the ass, bro. This little back to dart hits you in the ass. Okay, so I'm upcasting back to pack, so it'll be garbage roll. 6 healing points. Sorry about that, bud.
No, it's a 5. See? That was for me, right?
No, that was
I think that
This
was
was for
me.
Tisk.
That was for Tisk. Okay, sorry. I didn't hear who you said.
No, that was for Tisk. Man, I almost wonder if I should have done the other one. Too late. That's 6 healing points for you, my friend. And then Thule feature. At that Thule, you hear swing, bada, 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 and you just feel just a little bit better, and you're gonna gain that D4 bardic inspiration essentially. Put an aptitude die that you can use on ability within the next 10 minutes. And then I'm gonna pull out, just mechanically not doing anything, but I'm gonna pull where I'm connected to the speakers for the station, and I'm going to say, "Did you hear that, everybody? He's not in charge anymore. He lied to you." You get where this is going, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to rise up. And now it's
They're not going to throw away their shop.
They really will, if we're honest. But
But
so
you guys are
now
definitely
it
in the
is-
room where it happened.
That is true.
We are indeed.
So Alexander is gonna look at what's happening right here, and he looks back and forth, and the two separate pit droid heads turn, and one of them looks Watt, and one of them looks at Plizz, and then they turn towards each other like they're debating something, and then while they're debating and like arguing with themselves, and I'm gonna throw one Tisk's grenades right here, so it's gonna catch just these three. So we get this guy, and then the big guy.
That's
Tisk, please.
10-foot
Yeah,
point
that's
six right there. So yeah, we'll call it 10. Yeah, you'll get all three.
And this is one of Tisk's grenades, so Tisk, take it away.
DC 14 dexterity saving throw. On failure, 2d10.
Okay.
I'll let you roll that, my friend. You made the grenade.
Dexterity saving throw. That's 10, and that's a 13 for the two thugs. And for Plizz, that is a 15.
Almost 17.
So that's
So Plizz will save and take half for 5. The other two will take 11 each.
Isn't it round up for half?
Round down.
I played too many games.
Damage in 5e is always round down.
okay.
Okay.
And that's Alexander's turn.
Yeah, so 11 points to each of the thugs, 5 points to the big guy, and Alexander is no longer in the room where it happened.
Thule, it's your turn.
All right, taking a blaster bolt to the chest and then a hammer to the chest. His cheeks are gonna swell red. He's gonna light steam come out from his blowhole. And he is going to rage as a bonus action and swing violently, not recklessly, but violently at the Gamorrean.
Which you do get advantage because
Yeah.
he swung recklessly at you.
Yep.
I didn't recall him swinging recklessly.
Oh, yeah, he
but
did.
I'll take it.
Yeah, he did. I marked him.
Perfect.
Oh, that's Thule, not the Grimorian. Yeah.
Overlapping him.
Yeah, gain advantage in all melee attacks and against advantage in next turn. Yeah.
Wonderful. That's a 22 to hit him.
Yeah, you definitely hit him.
I need it. 23 because it's a +1 weapon currently.
sir.
But I needed a DC 13 dexterity saving throw from the Gamorrean, please.
That's a 9.
Okay. So he becomes shocked until the end of his next he will take.
Shocked.
I wish I had that pulled up for you.
I'll pull it up.
I'll pull it up real quick.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. That will be a normal roll. So that's a total of 10 damage and 2 electric damage, or lightning damage.
Shocked creatures cannot take reactions and may only take an action or a bonus action on their turn, but not both.
So it's slowed.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's slowed.
Slowed is a
slowed
little
is
a little different.
And there
Stars,
is
maybe.
a slowed condition.
Yeah.
So that's a total of 12 damage.
Yep. All right, and
And we are officially raging.
just before Tisk goes, hold on, as I pause the battle music. Just before Tisk goes, you hear the automated voice come up from the droid mind as it starts speaking out. Explosions detected within the droid mind chamber. Safety of the citizens of the station are in question. Everyone's privileges within the chamber has been revoked. Now expelling members of the chamber. And as that happens,
Uh-oh. The whole screen.
you hear
Okay, guys.
"Koosh" as this side of the station blows.
You
And
did not just open the fucking airlocks.
As these doors open and you guys feel the air rush out as we
Oh
have
my.
a lair action. I need a strength saving throw from everyone.
Strength,
God.
you're funny.
Oh no.
Well, I got a 4, and Alexander.
All right.
Oh my god. Okay.
What? You are the first one to fail. You are pulled at the beginning of this round 10 feet, bumping into Alexander towards the door. These two ruffians are pulled 10 feet towards this door.
Tisk got a 7. So also
Plizz stays in place. The Grimorian stays in place. Thule?
Really had a 19.
19, you stay in place. Shug!
I rolled a 15, and my droid rolled a 3.
Okay, so Shug surprisingly stays in place, and your droid is pulled 10 feet towards the door.
I'm tied.
it's like based on where you're at, I'm just imagining your droid just like gets pulled back straight into Tisk's face, and then Tisk also gets pulled.
The two unconscious henchmen automatically fail.
Oh, poor guys.
That one stays in place. This one's dead, so he automatically fails, and his body is dragged across the ground. The two Grimorians, one stays, and the other one is pulled 10 feet into the other one as this goes on. And this ruffian, oh, he fails too. He pulls 10 feet this way as well. And did you say, what did Alexander roll?
Alexander's going to get pulled too.
Okay, so Alexander is pulled 10 feet. As that is the lair action that is happening at the beginning of each round. Afterwards, you can move as normal, but at the beginning of each round, this is what's going to go down. So that's when I turn the music off so you guys understand.
Well, let's do it.
As we continue. So now Tisk, with the sound of the gushing air flying out of this exploded airlock, and people are being pulled to this door as the klaxon and the emergency sirens are going off. Oh, I forgot about the astromech droid. Oh yeah, he failed. Wow! He gets pulled towards this door.
Is that cat again?
So, Tisk, it is your turn.
Okay, so as Tisk gets pulled back, he's actually going to like drop his shield in the process as he catches a droid to the face, getting pulled 10 foot back away from this. And that might have been the best thing you could have done for me. So thank you for that layer action to pull me away from these fucking Gamorreans. So, as such, I am gonna move away from that business, going. Maybe it's gonna let me move.
Oh, I forgot to add. You do have your movement, but everything is difficult terrain right now. So everybody's movement is going to be pretty much. Yeah, sorry.
So I have a question. So I have an exploit called Freedom's Exploit, and it says you ignore unenhanced difficult terrain. Is this unenhanced?
Yeah, this is considered unenhanced. You're basically fighting the explosive vacuum, is what it is.
I'm so tiny that it's just not pulling me that hard.
You're literally a leaf on the wind.
Yep.
So this is perfect. I move with the momentum enough to get myself pulled up to where the droid mine central portion is, so that I'm stabilizing myself against that. And as I turn around, I pull off my last frag grenade, and I chuck it in an arc back, no, don't cancel, back this direction, right? So that it arcs and then pulls back towards the Gamorreans again.
So you're betting on the suction. You're baking the shot.
Look, man,
His grenade.
I'm just
curving the bullet. Okay.
Look, I'm not gonna throw it straight. Environment's in play here. I'm just taking advantage of it.
No, I'm here for it. This just shows, especially Tisk, who loves explosives. This isn't the first time a space station's been an explosive vacuum for you.
I mean, what I am right. So what I'm effectively aiming for the spot on the Gamorreans, but what it looks like is Tisk has taken the grenade and chucked it just away from everyone, and then the suction just pulls it right back over towards the Gamorreans.
I got you. I'm here for it.
So that will be one last grenade right on top of these two, so it'll catch them and this other guard here. I'm chucking that as my bonus action.
I'm separating these just so I can do it easier.
Yeah. DC 14 dexterity saving throw again.
DC 14, that is a 8. That is nope. That's a 18 on one, and that is a 15 on another. And then the ruffian is going to be a 19.
Screw all of them then. So they all take 6 points of damage.
That's better than nothing. All right.
And as my action, having braced myself against this and dropped the shield, I pull out my sniper rifle and take a shot at the one that made the reckless attack on me. So I reloaded it. What was that? That's weird. About things been weird today. do here? I'm gonna do. Yeah, I will. Yeah, I will also make this a crippling blow. See if it hits. Oh yeah, 23 to hit.
23 to hit the Grimorian. Sorry, I had to.
I have advantage. Hold on, man.
You do. I had to slow down that siren. That siren was going way too fast.
Damn it. 19 on the second roll, not a 20.
It's gonna.
The justice that would have been if I had crit this motherfucker back. So, all right. So that's gonna be damage plus 1d4. Not bad. 15 points of damage.
15. And with that, the sniper shot will straight through its head as it falls dead.
Nice. Well, crippling shot wasn't all that necessary. Then, oh well, it's true. I will then take my second sniper rifle shot at the other Gamorrean here. Just one of those. Calm down. Only a 12 to hit.
Sadly misses. As you do, the wind pulling from this explosive vacuum just pulls your arm out, and you shoot the dead body of the other Grimorian again, just to make you feel better.
Totally intended.
Totally
With the double
intended.
tap. All right, that'll be it for me.
All right, so start off again. So the ruffian here, he is unconscious. Now he doesn't get a roll, right? He's just unconscious unless someone acts upon it.
He does. I do think he actually gets a roll at this round. Hold on.
I know he's not stunned anymore.
He is no longer stunned,
But he
which
is
means he
unconscious.
now gets to roll. Yeah. And at the end of its turn, it can repeat the save, so it can make another DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Nope, that's an 11. He out.
Nice.
This ruffian over here, he tries to move. Is 5, 10, 15 is the most he can move. He will aim a shot at Dooley and natural 1. He misses. This Grimorian goes to make a move. 5, 10, 15, and that's as far as he can get. He will, you know what? He'll dash just to close in on Tisk. This ruffian will take a shot at Shug again, and that's a 2.
Good. Fuck off.
All right, the R2 unit, listening to Shug's advice, will actually 5, 10, 15, and it will dash 5, 10 to go towards this guy.
Yes.
This is running like towards the exit.
Well, I'm glad that was so fucking useful.
All right, your droid's
All right.
your turn, but you know whether it's your droid or you, it's up to you.
So, my droid first. So the droid sees, like, Tisk, you actively see the droid, like, watch as you, like, curve this grenade, and it, like, tracks the arc, and you can see it, like, tracking everything. And then it turns, and it looks at the hut, and does the same thing. So I'm prepping the detonator shot, and so he fires the detonator so that it, like, curves and then hits the hut. And because this guy is within 5 feet of the hut, he's also going to take damage.
Okay.
Assuming I hit. Okay, so I just have to make a ranged attack. Okay, so that's a 18 to hit?
Okay, 18
to hit.
On the hut?
Yep.
Yeah, you definitely hit.
Okay, on a hit, the target takes 1d6 fire damage, and then I need the Gamorrean to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. So the Grimoire. Oh, that is an 8.
Okay, great. So the hut is taking 5 damage, and the Gamorrean is taking 2 damage.
All right.
Okay, for my turn, I'm seeing on my screen, I'm seeing like a kind of like a computer screen or like a readout in front of me. Can I access it? Is it something that's like accessible, or is it just a display?
Right now, it's blinking security protocol over and over again in Galactic Basic. So you can attempt to hack it, or you can attempt to access it if that's how you want to spend your action.
Yeah. So I see it flashing, and instead of accessing it directly to see if I can like splice my own, what's it called, little pop lad. It's my little wrist thing, my tech thing.
Pop lad.
Yeah, it's a pop lad.
It's your Bad Baby merch pop lad. It's a Bad Baby skin on it.
For sure.
Yeah.
It plays one of their songs whenever I like access something.
As your ringtone.
It's just the character for the droid splicer from the last chapter. Hey!
Hey!
Yeah, Babu Frig, yeah.
All
All right, so you use skill to access like it manually, basically, instead of going through the readout. And I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do it by using the execute command tech point or tech power again. I don't know how you want to deal with this. So basically, like I'm using a skill, and then maybe I can't do that. Yeah.
Okay, do you want to reflavor casting the command on the droid mind as you breaking into the panel?
No, because I don't think that the droid might get in command. I think I have a better chance at doing it with my technology check. So basically, what I'm trying to do. So ignore the execute command thing. That'll be a last-ditch effort. I'm trying to shut these doors and bypass the droid's controls.
Okay.
I'm trying to access the door through this panel.
Gotcha.
All right, so here's my technology skill. Dirty 20. It's a 20.
It's a 20 with some extensions.
Okay, that's better. That's a 15 plus 9, so math 24.
24. Okay, so you're able to get into the panel. You're getting into it. You're going into the workings. You successfully break into the panel of this high security droid mind. But you can tell that there's multiple layers of very advanced technology. You know you've been successful, but it might take consecutive successes to get what you desire.
That's fair.
Does that make sense?
I got you.
Okay.
Yep.
So, with that...
that's my turn. Oh, no, I lied. I want to use my bonus action to... Because I didn't use a spell this turn. I want to use my bonus action to put a tactical barrier on Thule.
Okay. Yeah, as long as you didn't...
So my droid...
Yeah.
My droid just, fires like a little projectile, starts floating around Thule, and it's struggling against the airlock, but it's sticking around him. So you have a plus 2 to your AC. Yeah. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay, there we go.
Nice.
What color would you want? What's the color of your energy? Oh, happy everybody got that.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Amber is the color of.
There we go.
If anybody for that song, go look it up. It's a good one.
All right, that ruffian is dead.
Also-
This ruffian's turn. He will look as he sees this. He sees his R2 unit aggressively whirling at him, and he will lower his heavy blaster with disadvantage.
What the?
He misses as the shot ricochets off the plating of its pissed off R2 unit that's coming at him. This Grimorian's dead. Plizz's turn. Plizz is going to step up very angrily as he flexes his corded muscles, and he looks at Thule and he goes, "I've got you for 5 minutes," as he is a butt wrestler.
Oh my god.
Pulls down his Libre mask.
That's literally his class. He's a hut wrestler. He is going to make 2 slam attacks on... Yep, 2 slam attacks on Thule. First one, that's going to be in 16.
That will just barely hit. 15 is my new AC.
And you are going to take 6 points of kinetic damage, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is this a grapple effect?
Yep.
Woods kick in then, and I have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
I'm going to say yeah, I would. I'll let you do that, because you're definitely seeing this coming.
There's something wrong.
So what's the higher of that? 14?
14. You are grappled as this hut gets you in a full Nelson and is bending your head. He's like, "Oh yeah," fucking shake the laugh. And
Like the Kool-Aid man cake.
okay, and so he doesn't take another attack because he has you grappled, and the Grimorian now will take an attack on you, and since you're grappled, he gets advantage, right?
No.
Actually,
I think we get advantage for
restraint.
grapple.
Actually, no,
restraint
he's gonna
would be-
then he's gonna move 5, 10, 15 towards Shug, and then that's as far as he can go, but he's gonna close on Shug, and that's where the
I'm gonna swing on him as he goes.
Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead.
That is. Oh, I forgot that doesn't roll it. Ooh, not great. That's a 13 to hit him as he runs past.
That might actually
Or
nope.
14, sorry.
Nope,
14.
barely misses.
Okay.
Damn.
14, he runs past me.
All right, this ruffian is not stunned anymore. He will roll to wake up. That is going to be an 11 plus his con for 12.
Nope. CC 14.
All right, still unconscious. Hey, what?
Mine's doing work.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
man. That was so clever, dude. So Alexander and Watt's turns are gonna a little bit here because Watt, his speed matches mine, And so Watt is going to increase his speed by double for the turn, which doesn't cost me anything to do. So Alexander's speed is now 50.
You're doing Sonic.
Yeah,
where they roll.
So Alexander's speed is now 50 as well.
Okay.
So that is 10, 20, 30, 40 on this by the end of the movement, right? And you just hear Watt screaming, like somewhere between a kid at the fairgrounds who just, like, his ice cream cone dipped over, but now it's the worst tragedy in the universe. Somewhere between that and Glee. You're not sure what's happening, but as Alexander rolls over me, Watt is gonna shout, "Anchor!" And Alexander is going to grapple Watt to the chair as his action. And then as his bonus action, I'm gonna say, "Deploy!" And all of these tiny little cables are gonna lash into all these different little ports on the console in front of me, and he's gonna perform the help act. Alexander is then going to, as a bonus action, shout, "You got it, Tuli!" I'll give you another Bardic Inspiration. You can't even hear it over the sound of the wind. And I'm gonna turn back to the panel. As my action, I am going to reinstate my permission. He revoked permissions of everyone in the room. Difference between between Watt and everyone else in the room is Watt was given administrative access. So the hope is that helped. But Watt is in turn gonna hop in and using my security kit. I am going to hack this shit with Alexander providing advantage with the help action. Make sure that mod is right. This is a weird mod plus abilities plus 4, maybe. I'm gonna roll that, and if the math on it is wrong, let me double check to make sure. 3 plus 4. Nope, it's a total of 28.
Okay.
To reinstate Watts specifically, so I'm not trying to do everybody because I don't want to make this too hard. But Watts specifically, reinstate Watts, whatever permissions.
Okay, getting into it, you are not able. The first thing you notice with a 28, your administrative passwords have been revoked, but with a 28 security, you're able to slice into it. And what you're seeing is a large amount of firewalls that have been brought up. You are successfully taking them down. You're very much the white rabbit in hackers as you're trying to eat up the code and trying to get through it. Man, I'm for the references tonight. Wow, as showing my age. As you're hacking it, you can tell you're making progress, but much the same way as Shug, it's going to take multiple successes to achieve it. Where you're doing it on the programming side, he's doing it on the technical side. Now, whether or not what you two are doing is going to help each other is something you're going to determine later.
So,
Well, we are doing pretty different things.
Yeah.
well, so the long-term intention here, and I realize it's combat and it rolls. The long-term intention here is once Watt's permissions are reinstated, then once he's on the inside, he can for the rest of the party, and the station would in turn attempt to protect those people as he is the rest of the station.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm saying
Cool.
you were
And,
success.
just
You,
spoken word.
I'm saying you were successful. You were, but it's going to take multiple successes to get past all those
But it's not
firewalls.
a simple action.
Yeah, exactly.
And words to the droid mind as the end of my turn. We're helping you! That's it. That's my turn. And that's Alexander's turn.
All right, Tuli.
All right, so turn with Anna to break free from this grapple.
Okay. Contested athletics.
And I get a +2 for raging.
Use the Bardic Inspiration.
So that's a 25.
Did you use the Bardic Inspiration?
I did not.
Okay. But your 25 beats his 23 by 2.
The rage was the plus. So then I will. He grapples me as I'm swinging me at the not at the the rant. He's got me for 5 minutes, and I turn back from swinging and just one hand shove his tentacle off of me. You action and land. Land here, and everybody within 5 feet sided.
Okay, and how much?
Okay.
5 points?
4 points.
4
My
points.
strength mod.
I had to roll a concentration check for your beer, but I succeeded.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do the Grimorians because I was about to do Shug as well. But if you're gonna do it, I don't want to accidentally give you 8, Shug.
I took 4. I'm good.
Yeah. Did your droid take 4?
I'm not tracking my health on Foundry. I've got.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't do the droid. Hang on, let me see. Yeah. Okay, I'm good.
Okay, top of the round. Is that everything, Julie?
These guys have taken a pounding. They're not.
They're meat sacks.
Yeah.
Helpful. And lore, the reason they're used as thugs is because they're stupid and they can just absorb a ton of punishment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. It just.
Oh, he got wrecked. He felt the
Yeah, I
grenade.
got the full hit from that first
Yeah.
frag grenade, and then a sniper blast and a second grenade on top of that.
Yeah, so yeah, he
Gotcha.
he got his shit pushed in, is what he did.
Yep.
Yeah.
What's the effect going on this one? What's the little eyeball thing?
He's marked by my droid.
Yeah.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not nothing that helps you.
Alright. And this one is not stunned anymore? Is that correct?
Yeah, he's not
Or
shocked.
shocked anymore?
Yeah, he's actually got nothing because he didn't do a reckless attack last time, so he's actually completely cleared.
Then yeah, I'll end my turn right there in between them.
All right, beginning of the round. Technically, you tie with, because you rolled a natural 20, you tie with the lair action, and because they lose ties, you go before the lair action.
Then in that case, I am going to use my action to disengage because toe-to-toe in a fist fight with a Gamorrean is not. So I will disengage and move back. Let's see, my movement speed is only 30, so he's probably going to be able to move in here a bit, but I'll go. Yeah, there's no way for me to move. That's fine. He's going to be able to just move with me. Alright, fuck it. Instead of that, I am going to Second Wind as a bonus action. So I will do myself a little healing here. I rolled a 1 because, of course I did. Big ol' 5 points of healing there. I'm moving away. He's just going to be able to move up on me. So F it. I guess I am going to f this after all. I will pull out my chakram and give him a swipe.
And when you do, I will use my reaction to say, that's right, get him. And you will have advantage on that
Nice.
with my commanding rage.
I love that. The fact that you can do that with a fucking barbarian.
That was the second time. For a nat. Hell yeah.
Hit him.
Is that a vibro weapon?
Yeah.
Yep. Confirm it. You roll another.
Roll again.
Yeah. Roll another 20.
No finger to toes today. Yeah, that commanding rage is very cool. I like that a lot.
I do too.
All right, so
Wait, I've been waiting to get close enough to somebody to.
our critical, if we click the critical hit button on damage, is that set to do the max damage plus the roll?
I don't think so.
No.
I'm just gonna roll a normal one then, and now D6 on top of it.
There you go.
So 11 point. No, hold on. 9. That was a good roll. Yeah, 15 points. Wow. Yeah, so like Thule, you say that, and like a big Gamorrean, I just imagine this big pig head, like Tusk, just looking back over his shoulder at you, and as you do that, I just bury this chakram.
And you just get this green Grimorian blood just spray everywhere, but it doesn't get on you because it immediately gets sucked out the airlock.
It's getting pulled. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna just hang. I'm gonna maybe take like 5 foot back, I guess, just to like really solidly secure myself next to the droid mind station here. I'll end my turn there.
All right, next up is the lair action, and we're going to start over here with these 2 ruffians. Now, you can make a justified check if you want to. I'm saying this is a strength check, but if you can justify using another ability, let me know. But we're going to start off with the astromech. The astromech is going to be pulled 5-10 feet in this way towards the door.
Little buddy.
The ruffian gets pulled with him 5-10 feet on top of this one. Gets pulled as well 5-10 feet this way. Plizz gets pulled 5. This one's still
And
unconscious.
me without my grenades.
This one is still unconscious. This one's dead.
I still have one.
This
I
Grimorian
have
is
my
dead.
smaller charges.
This
I can
ruffian.
still chuck if I wanted to.
He fails. 5 Jesus. This Grimorian. He passes. He stays put. This Grimorian's body is pulled. And let's see. You are anchored and grappled, so you're still gonna have to roll with advantage because you're grappled and you're anchored. In case, but if you want to use another ability other than strength, if you can justify it.
Yeah, I'm looking at Alexander's stuff real quick.
Okay, we'll come back to you. Shook.
You got it.
I don't really have a whole lot. I would like to use acrobatics instead of my strength save because I'm small and nimble.
You got a body flying right at you, so that's getting pulled that direction. So like,
Yeah, so I'm doing the tiniest, most adorable barrel roll.
All right, give me a
What do you
roll.
think, Bill?
I'm completely okay with that.
Okay. I'm going from a -1 to a +2 to the roll, so it's like it's not that big of a difference, but maybe it'll help the die. So
All right, so yeah, you're able to stay in place. You do not move. I forgot this ruffian. Oh, he stays in place. All right, so Thule.
Thule had an 18.
Okay, 18 stays in
He just
place.
stands in defiance of the god in the middle of the room, yeah.
The droid.
oh, sorry, he fails. He got a 5.
All right, he gets pulled 10 feet, and Tisk, I'm gonna say, because of the angle and you taking the time to position yourself here, roll whatever save you're gonna roll with advantage.
okay. Well, the first roll that I made was terrible. So again, normal. It's worse. So 7 total on that strength save.
Okay, I'm gonna say you are pulled this way, 5, 10, as you're being pulled around.
Like took a step back away from this guy, and then like as I took just enough of a step back that like the air current started to pull me around it, and there's just a skirting around the curve.
All right, so this ruffian's.
For Watt and Alexander.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, forgot about you. Go ahead. You're more important.
Watt and Alexander. Alexander, despite having advantage, rolled a 12 on his athletics check. Pretty sure I did the math. What is our proficiency bonus right now? It's +2. Yeah, so it's 12.
All right.
So Alexander might be getting ripped out of there. Watt, I chose to go with technology, and the reason being is he's so involved in this panel and what he's working on that he's like flipped his legs up underneath it. Not because he thinks he's holding on, but because he's hunched and concentrating.
You're shrimping.
And like one tongue sticking out of the side of his mouth, and he's like biting on it, and he's so engrossed in what he's doing that he literally doesn't even notice.
Okay, so
He's like
The
a
wind is
C-clamp.
rush. He is C-clamped himself around the panel, using the strength of the panel itself as his focal point, and is just locked in there.
all right, so do you hear the snapping of the cables as Alexander's pull 5, 10 feet away from you towards the door? You passed your technology, right? What'd you roll?
I rolled a 15 total.
Yeah, you're good. Which I'm completely fine with technology because I very much see Watt being pulled by the air and him shooting like a little grapple hook out of his pop lad
I love that.
and be like, no. All right, so this ruffian's turn. I think we can get one more round in before we call it a night. He doesn't wake up. And this ruffian's turn, as he is being pulled, he's gonna move 5, 10, 15 away from the door. He sees Alexander and he's going to take a shot at Alexander. That's going to be a 5 as the wind pulls his heavy blaster away from him. This Grimorian guard is dead.
One of Alexander's heads flips around and eyeballs him, and the lens turns red.
This ruffian pulls 5, 10, and 15, and he is going to aim at Thule with a 15 to hit.
So yeah.
What does your defensive shield do?
It gives me a 15.
Okay. So it does hit you, and it does 6 points of damage. It is the
Got it.
Astromech's droid's ability. Let's see. Protective blaster. That's a blaster pistol. Yeah, it pulls out it opens up a little panel, and this little blaster pistol comes out, and he fires point blank into this ruffian.
Hell yes.
At disadvantage because it's point blank. The ruffian is laying on top of him. Oh my god, that's a crit. and a 16 to hit. On
Blast a hole in this guy's chest right before he goes up the airlock.
And he does 7 points of damage, and the guy had 2 left as he kills. Astromech got a kill.
I want him.
Sugar droid.
Okay. How's this Gamorrean looking?
He's looking like he doesn't want to get sucked out of an airlock, but he is bleeding. Like the airlock, the suction is pulling blood from his body as he is dripping, as wounds are like open and seeping.
All right. My droid is gonna try to like take aggro basically. So I'm gonna shock prod him, but like the main goal here is to distract him away from Shug so that I can continue working. But here's my attack. And fuck it, I'm gonna use my Ranger's Quarry to mark this guy. So.
Well, he's already marked.
What is he marked by currently?
He's the one
That's
you
not
marked.
the same guy I had marked.
Yeah, it is. I never moved that. It's the same dude.
Okay, cool.
Oh wait, hold on. Is that the same dude, or is that the other body that got moved over, that moved over on top of him?
Yep.
The other
There's
bot.
2 Gamorreans on there.
I was almost positive that guy died. Yeah.
Yeah.
There, we're getting rid of him. So
There we go. That makes
So
sense.
I would like to mark that Gamorrean, please.
This
All right,
is
attack
great.
roll. That's a 16 to hit the Gamorrean.
barely hits, but hits.
Okay, cool. I'm getting a D4 plus my extra D4 for Hunter's Mark or Hunter's Quarry, whatever the fuck it's called. That is a 4 and a 2, so 6 points of lightning damage.
All right, he is still up.
God damn it. Okay. And Shug is going to. He's not in combat with this Gamorrean, right? He's just like in range.
You are technically.
Like the Gamorrean didn't fight me. He just kind of.
No, he hasn't fought you yet, but you're in the same square because you're small.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to ignore him and continue trying to shut these doors.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell the Gamorrean that that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm like, hey, I'm trying to shut the doors.
Give me a
then I'm gonna continue
persuasion.
working.
Okay. Your choice. You can make a tech check to see if you can succeed one more time, or give me a persuasion to convince the Gamorrean not to attack you.
I'm not making a persuasion check against him. I'm just telling him that I'm trying to shut the doors, and
Okay.
if he's too dumb to understand that's going to help him, then so be it. But I'm going to keep going with this technology check.
Okay.
Okay, so that is another dirty 20.
Okay. Is it just a dirty 20? Nothing special?
Is it just? It is a. It is a
You
20.
the son of the CEO.
It is a 20 with expansions.
All right. So with you
that's
can
it.
you can tell probably one more and you got it. You almost got it.
Okay,
If you get
That's my turn.
if you get what I'm laying down.
I get it.
Well, that's a great time for Watt to get distracted and not participate.
Okay, all these ruffians are dead. Plizz moves 5, 10, 15,
This motherfucker.
and he will dash and close in. That is his round. Because he is fighting the wind. And this Gamorrean, he sees the little guy, he sees the big guy, he sees the little guy, he sees the big guy, and so he takes a reckless swing against the big guy.
Thank God.
And that is going to be, with a reckless, that's a 2 and a 13. So that's going to be a, hold on, what is that? Vibro X, 16, 13, 19 to hit.
That will hit.
4, 9, plus 6, 15 points of damage.
Okie dokie.
That's Tulu looking over there.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this ruffian who has passed every one of the strength saves, who's all the way back here, and is just still has not moved this entire fight. Like, what is everybody freaking out about? Raises his heavy blaster, and no, he can't technically see Shug. Can he see? Actually, no. He's gonna move 5, 10, 15. Step here, and he's gonna take a shot at what?
Bring it. Tell me the roll. But, wait, hang on. Let me double check how this works. I don't remember.
15 to hit.
15 is my armor class, so instead, Watt is so focused that the pop lad, almost in its own sentience, like fires a trill of warning and deploys a shield around me as I cast shield in range.
Hold on. Technically, you are long range. Oh, doesn't matter. That was the lowest roll. I rolled higher with the second roll. I was giving you a chance not to waste that.
That's okay. I spent it. My armor class is now 20.
Okay, so he misses. What?
And then it's my turn and my armor class goes back to 15.
It is your turn.
So if we go with the wind, is movement normal? or even faster, hopefully.
I will say, if you go with the wind, you will not be able to control where you're going. You will know you go in the direction that everybody else is going, but if you just let the wind take you, you can move 20 feet, or it'll pull you 20 feet towards.
No, so it's difficult terrain. It's difficult terrain going this way.
Or fighting.
So is it
basically,
not difficult?
if it'll pull you straight towards the door, which is right here.
But could I move my full 25 feet? Is the question.
Yeah, sure. I'll let you
Could
do.
Alexander move his full 25?
If he is just letting the wind take him, yeah, like he literally lets go and just floats and lands. Yeah, I'll let it happen.
Okay. Is the droid still alive? He's got a skull on it.
No,
That's the dude. That's the dude he put a hole in.
Okay.
I was trying not to delete people, but I think I'm gonna have to start deleting people.
Yeah, you're good.
I was trying to be.
Either that
Yeah.
or like just drag them all off to the side somewhere.
Okay, all the
Lost
dead bodies are dead.
connection. So Alexander is gonna, from where he's at, and Watt's kind of like on the console here. Alexander is just gonna hop up and press a button, and using his bonus action to provide help, and then he just floats. And as he drifts back, Watt shouts, "Alexander, Guardian Protocol! Save him!" And so he's gonna go. Yeah, his intention is to move as far as he can to here. Deploy his vibroblade as his action, shove it into the ground, and reach his hand out for the astromech. He's trying to save the astromech. Alexander is going to take the help action and do the security kit. Add 2 to whatever it says. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
It's had a little work done.
All right, another success on you. You feel like one. It feels like this is a race to the first person to get 3 successes.
Okay.
I basically gave it death
Okay,
saves.
I see what you're saying. And then Watt is going to use his bonus action when he shouted at Alexander, and he gives his. Ooh, let me make sure I still have one. Hang on. Feature. But that's 2. Damn, I've given away all of them. Never mind. That's it for me. Julie, you're up.
All right. Nope. Sorry. Yep. Totally.
Totally seen Tisk inspired and shoving a chakra down one of the next. I've seen this other one having any type of mental debate about what Shug shared in information. Thule will swing at the one in front of him and use one of the bardic inspiration things he's been given.
Wait, were you still sitting on one?
Yes.
When I gave you the second one?
Yes.
Okay, then I can't give you another one. So
Okay,
instead,
never mind.
I gave it to Alexander. Problem solved.
Cool. That works. So what's that add? 1d4, right?
Yes, sir.
Oh, it stopped on a 20 for a second. So that's a 24 to hit, and I need a DC 13 dex save.
That is a 12.
Okay, perfect. For 9, 10, 11. 12 points of damage.
All right, Thule.
And he is shocked.
Yeah, he's more than shocked. He dead.
Nice.
Thank you.
To the grave. The decision of he looks over at Shug and he looks back and catches this electro face and just crumples under it, and his body convulses with the electricity that would have been running through him. And then Thule will use his movement to bonus action. There's no good way. Thule's gonna shove his way into this space, but can't do anything to actually clear the space for Shug. So I will end my turn in that space if that's okay.
That is completely fine, and we are going to end it right here at the beginning of round 4, and we will pick back up here next week. There we go.
Speed.
We will pick back up here at the top of round 4, as I've written everything down. I've got the number of successes you guys have done. And so, let's roll off for accolades, guys.
12.
17.
There's the nat 20.
There you go, Thule.
So Thule, Tisk, Shug, Watt.
That's the second time in 3 weeks that I have rolled a nat 20 on this and nothing else.
What'd you roll, what?
Last.
I was just typing it in. I'll just do that.
9.
I rolled a 9.
Oh, all right, so Thule.
Yeah, so Gabe, I was going to throw mine to you for a couple ones. One, the idea of sharing the comms during the lawyering, whatever that was, I thought was a solid thing. And sparking inspiration for the rest of the station to take their shit back, and then being C-clamped to the desk as your grapple check. I thought was very thematically appealing.
Thanks, dude.
Bill, two phrases: the exultation of pressurized air, I think, caught us all off guard as the airlocks burst open in this combat. That was solid. And then the phrase "kicking the Minox nest." I'm adding that to my slang phrases related to Star Wars for
excellent.
So thank you. Next up is Tisk.
I'm gonna throw mine to Thule tonight for setting the tone the moment they walked back in of speaking Huttese to Plizz.
You gotta set the tone,
just
boys.
Starting the whole thing off on a middle finger, and I was here for it. I loved it. I'm waiting for Thule to just go ham on some Huts, knowing how deep that hatred goes. So
But he went ham on.
well, yeah, he did. He did.
Turned Gamorreans into ham.
Right, Bill. This whole thing was orchestrated interestingly. I enjoyed the having to figure out how to deal with being so outnumbered around this situation, and then what you had set up with the droid mind for like the layer actions across this, and like even the astromech just even like being involved in here at all. And lots of things that we either hadn't dealt with previously that we had to kind of tackle with, or just like little details that you added in to the effects of what was going on here that I thought made for a much more interesting combat and gave options for what people were doing. Not Tisk. Tisk just blows shit up, but everybody else had options. So kudos for options. I liked seeing that and seeing people use it.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
My turn?
Yeah.
You're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna give mine to Jacob for the fucking stun grenade in the pocket. That was fucking brilliant and hilarious, and it did some serious work too. Very, very funny. And then for Bill, I really liked like putting this guy on trial and like getting to stand up and basically like read him the riot act of all the bullshit that he pulled. That was my favorite part of the session. So that was thanks for letting me do that. That was cool.
You are completely welcome, and thank you. And last but certainly not least, what?
It's a really tough one because everybody had some really cool moments. Thule, you couldn't handle me for 2.
Oh, such a good line. Yeah.
I am easy right now. Shug ignoring the immediate threat of the Gamorrean and focusing on the task was this weird, like, it almost felt heroic moment for Shug rather than saving his own skin and fuck this shit. And it might be saving his own skin to do this, but it's still the whole thing, just the hyper focus on solving the problem while still being engaged in combat. You choosing to take that approach from the very beginning is actually part of what inspired Watt's choices. It was awesome. It was leading from the front moment.
Thanks, man.
And then Jacob, the stun grenade was just so clever. So clever. I had forgotten you had done that. You had linked it to your detonator, but you made a big deal about doing it at one point.
Yep.
Oh, the payoff was chef's kiss.
That stun grenade has been sitting in my inventory since day one, waiting for a time to use it. So I did not think there was going to be a better time for it than that many people in one spot.
There is never a better time than being in the room where it happened. Bill, this is such a clever encounter. It did not seem like there was a talking option here, even though, it was like we were sitting here trying to talk it through, and the hut was just fuming and not responding, and part of me feels like the reason there was no talking option was because we had come in dick swinging to start this whole thing. It just, like, it felt like the world was reacting to us in the best way. Just phenomenal. Really enjoy it. Enjoyed the session. Thanks, everybody.
Oh, thanks. So just going down the list of the people I see on cam right now, starting with Shug. I'll harken back to what you said. You taking the prosecutor position in the mock trial as it was like, that was awesome. I was like, Watt's not gonna be able to do it because Watt is officially like, you know, third party representation here just to make a decision. But I was like, yeah, Shug. I was like, this is a Shug moment. I try to put moments for you guys to shine, and I love it when it links up to like the people I intended. And yeah, that was just really awesome, and I appreciated that. What I know, all the stuff you were doing, the tech checks, messing with Alexander during the combat, all that's cool, but you interjecting during the court proceedings and annoying the droid mind that you were speaking out of turn was cracking me up. I'm trying not to laugh as the droid mind, but like, you know, it's constantly looking back. He's just like, you need to be quiet. It's not your turn to talk.
No.
But I enjoyed that very much. Tisk, I hate to add back what everybody's saying, but yes, the Jason Bourne Tisk arrival of just slipping the stun grenade into the pocket was like awesome. It was just absolutely amazing. And
Thanks, man.
That's Jason.
Thule, when I had to pick the stats for Plizz, and I had a choice between a Hutt crime lord and a Hutt wrestler, and the lowest CR was a Hutt wrestler, I had to go with the Hutt wrestler. And I was sitting here going, you know, him and Thule are gonna square off. This fight's gonna end up with the two of them squaring off, like both raging, and I'm here for it. I thought it was great. So your reaction to the line that we love from the original Spider-Man of "You're mine for 3 minutes," it's your reaction. I absolutely loved it. This was incredibly great, and I'm happy you guys enjoyed this combat.
I had not linked that up to Bonesaw.
Yeah, you didn't realize that?
Oh yeah.
That's where we get that from. It's like,
You have no
Bonesaw
idea
is
how
ready.
often we quote that.
Oh my god.
Bonesaw is ready.
We quote like between Gabe, myself, and David. That gets slipped in almost every time we play games together. Is that line comes out? But yeah, it's like, this was absolutely amazing. This is what I wanted in this combat, and this was actually a last minute planned combat, because I was like, you know what, I want to open the. Oh, and that was my absolute favorite moment, was when Jacob realized what the lair action was going to be before I said it, and he goes, "You opened the fucking airlock." I almost lost it when you realized what I was doing, and I was like, "This is happening. I told you guys I was going to do this and keep throwing grenades at a space station." But yeah, this was absolutely great.
Or what do we do? Throw grenades.
I regret nothing.
Nor should you.
Choosing
I still have one left.
choosing inspiration is really, really hard tonight. There's so many times I want to give inspiration to everybody, and you know what, this is a pivotal moment, and you guys use a lot of inspiration, and I'm the fucking DM, and I can do what I want. You all get inspiration.
Thanks, man.
Right on.
Spend mine immediately.
So I don't know, it may be because I think you need it.
Might be.
So thank you guys very much for joining us tonight for the Forever DM's Star Wars podcast. Join us in the next episode when we see the conclusion of this combat, this very fun combat. So as we like to say here at the Forever DM's, please practice kindness. It is a free action, and we'll catch you guys in the galaxy later.